Welcome in, guys. Welcome to the full moon in Libra. Everybody just go ahead and take a moment to get themselves comfortable. Thank you for showing up. Thank yourself for showing up. So this full moon, it's not very subtle, is it? If things have been coming up for you, emotions, realizations, truths that you just can't ignore anymore, you're definitely not imagining it. All right, this is a recalibration point. This is where things can come into the light, not to overwhelm you, but it's meant to realign you. All right, so before we go any further, let's just take a deep breath. Just allow yourself to be here now. You don't need to have anything figured out just yet. Just be here. Just receive. So, what's this full moon doing? This full moon in Libra is illuminating where things are out of balance, where you've been overgiving or overthinking or overextending yourself. Maybe where you've been holding back your truth. It's showing the patterns that just can't come with you forward anymore. And the full moon is beautiful like that. Before I pulled for this recalibration, I pulled a few cards. If you haven't checked out the full moon in Libra video, make sure that you do. So I'm not going to go over those again, but I didn't want to really ignore them. I just wanted to touch on them a little bit because it shows us a baseline for the energy that we're stepping through. So in this reading, the reading that I did earlier, we're seeing themes of connection, validation, and the truth that's coming through. But this full moon does go deeper than that. So let's take a look at what's being recalibrated for the collective during this full moon. All right, what we're being asked to see, release, and step into. All right, so let's first take a look at what is being illuminated, what is being released or recalibrated, and what is this door opening? Interesting. Okay, so we've got on the bottom, love this, we got the flower moon, number 33, master number. Threes represent the mind, body, and soul connection. This is the card of blossoming. So there is something that is blossoming here. This is about stepping into your true self, your what you're meant to step into, truly your flowering, if you will, right? So this card says, do not give up. All right, you have planned for this. This is a good time to take notice about what others think or say about you. This is about opening, about rising. This is a time to mark your victories. And behind that master number 33, we got master number 44. 4 is about building stability. 4 doubled is the 8, which reminds us of the connection of all things. And this is the card of attraction. So just a little reminder before we get started here that you are attracting everything that your vibrational state is giving. All right. So what is being illuminated? We got the growth card in reverse, where you've been blocked. And isn't this interesting? The two pictures on here, they both look very similar. So this one is going to grow into this one. But first we have to recognize where we have blocks, where we're holding on to shit that needs to be released yet. Where we're being asked to grow. 5 is a number of change, transformation. All right. What needs to be recalibrated or released? Now, earlier the fear card came up, and now we're getting the extremes card. All right. So, where are we in balance, right? Where when we have extremes, it's not of balance. It's there's more on one side than the other. So this is about learning how to handle situations with calm, with resilience, even if there were some type of little crises to come up. This is about seeking balance over the energy of extremes. Okay. There are better ways to handle conflict than rage or outrage. Okay. And during our Libra full moon, sometimes you will be thrown some conflict. Right? Sometimes you will be thrown in a situation where it really pisses you off. But this is about learning how to choose balance, learning how to respond versus react. Even if there is something or someone who is disrupting you, your business, your life in some way, just know that this too shall pass. All right. And when we seek balance, we begin to see more and more of it in our lives. Trust me. And speaking of trust, for the illumination, 2 cards actually came out, trust and masculine. And interesting, this full moon looks like an egg. It's the egg moon. Oh, that's why. And it looks like she's in this egg, and she's kind of in a wrapped up version of herself. It almost reminds me of like a cocoon phase. And you're being asked, and this message has been coming through very strongly. If you've been watching my daily tea readings, you know this reading just came up a few days ago around trusting fully where you're at, no matter what is being brought at you, or what shit may come up or cause disruptions, or not maybe go the way we planned or wanted or expected. This is about learning to develop self-trust and to trust yourself and where you're at and the path that you're on, and joy will follow, right? The egg turns into a beautiful creation, right? This is about the new ideas as well. The eggs always remind me of new ideas. And it's interesting, this card is just beneath it here, protection, and it looks like she's actually in the nest, right? Where before, so behind this energy of trust is this protection. And so the nest was waiting for her, and then the nest, she's in the nest and she's being picked up, she's being elevated. However, behind this protection is boundaries. All right. And behind that is assessing. So looking at, and it looks like she's almost in that egg still. but it's a bubble, and it's a bubble of protection. It's her own boundaries, her own awareness of where she begins and where others begin. um so just may want to look at, some of your boundaries with others and with yourself, right? Keep in mind, yes, we're working with a Libra full moon, which is an energy of relationships with others, but it's also about our own relation. At the end of the day, it all comes down to our own relationship with ourselves, right? And the trust card came out with the masculine, which is about it's about action, the action we're about to take, right? So this is the time to assess what action steps we need to take. It's not a time to act, it's a time to assess. All right. The gratitude card also was out here in reverse, so you may want to look at this is bringing up like where others aren't being as appreciative, which always leads back to self, right? So if others are taking advantage, taking you for granted, not as appreciative as you think that they should be, I don't think this is going to be for everybody, but for some of you this will resonate. Then how do we lead back? Remember, it's always starts with self. So how do we turn this upright and perhaps give ourselves a little bit more gratitude, give ourselves the thankfulness that we deserve? Showing up for yourself, just emanating that energy of gratitude is powerful, right? You can think of, and I would do this, maybe a little bit of homework, right? Consider this homework where you take 5 minutes out of your day every day from now until the new moon. Let's just see what happens, where you practice gratitude, right? You just take 5 minutes and sit in the vibrational resonance of gratitude, whether you're thinking of an experience you had that brought about a lot of gratitude, or whether you're thinking of someone that you're very grateful for, or what I like to do is just say thank you a few times over and over, and just get your vibration, allow your vibration to be in that place of gratitude, and then things will start to flow in. You'll see more of what you're grateful for. And there's that fear card that had came up earlier, and it looks like she's holding on to all these strings, and they're all of these fears or worries or doubts, and they're all attached to these crows, which would symbolize your unawakened magic. And so this is about noticing what's there, what you're attached to, and getting prepared for the release. Or perhaps you can start to release some of these today during our meditation. All right. So just know all of this, it's not happening to you, right? It's happening for your alignment. Anything being revealed right now is showing you where you've been out of integrity with yourself. So just notice what comes up, and not from judgment, but from awareness. Right? If you want to grab your journals, for those that are in the Inner Alchemy Collective, I would like you to write down a few questions here to ask yourself. The first is going to be, where am I abandoning myself to keep the peace? Or where am I abandoning myself? Where am I seeking validation instead of honoring my truth? Where am I seeking validation instead of honoring my truth? And what truth have I already seen, but I haven't acted on? And maybe you want to answer one of these questions or all three. I'll repeat them for you guys. Whichever, as always, take what resonates, go in that direction. But I'm just putting these out here. I think at least one of them will resonate with you. And if you go a little deeper on these questions, you might find some deeper truths. Okay, so one more time. Where am I abandoning myself? Perhaps to keep the peace. Where am I abandoning myself to keep the peace? Where am I seeking validation instead of honoring my truth? Where am I seeking validation instead of honoring my truth? And what truth have I already seen? What truth have I already seen but haven't acted on? What truth have I already seen but haven't acted on? So this full moon is asking you to be honest, right? Even if it's uncomfortable. Right? All right, guys, we're going to move into the guided meditation. If you want to just make sure that you're very comfortable, you can shift however you need. And just by being here, you've already begun to shift. So let's take a breath and let everything else fade. Gently bringing your attention to your inner world. And just allow yourself to drop into this moment. Go ahead and, if you haven't already, gently close your eyes. Just feeling into your body. And take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. And again, deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your awareness into your body. Relax your forehead. Soften your jaw. Let your tongue relax and rest. And drop your shoulders. Release your neck. Any movements that feel good. Just let your chest soften. Your stomach unclenched. Relax your arms, your hands, your fingers. Just allowing your legs to feel heavy, grounded, supported. You don't have to hold any of it right now. You don't have to hold anything right now. Now, Imagine a stairway in front of you. And this stairway gently leads downwards. And at the bottom, there's a soft, glowing light waiting for you. And with each step we're going to take downwards, you'll relax even deeper. And you'll drop further into yourself and into the subconscious mind. Beginning with your right foot, taking your first step down at 20, 19, softening, 18, letting go, 17, sinking deeper now, 16, 15, drifting, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 is halfway down now, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, very relaxed, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep sleep. Now you reach the bottom, and in front of you is a doorway with soft, glowing light from beneath it. And when you're ready, open the door and step through. And you find yourself standing under the light of the full moon in Libra. And this light is soft but powerful. It illuminates everything without force. And as it touches your body, it moves through you, bringing clarity, bringing awareness, bringing truth. And in front of you, a set of scales appears. On one side, place everything you've been giving. And on the other, what you've been receiving. And just notice, without judgment, are the scales balanced? Or are they tilted? Where have you been overgiving? Where have you been holding back your truth? Now the light is gently adjusting the scales, bringing them back into alignment. And you feel that in your body. The balancing. And anything that feels heavy or outdated or misaligned, just allow it to dissolve into the light. You don't have to carry it anymore. And now gently beginning to come back, stepping back through the doorway and gently making your way back up, bringing this awareness with you. Take a deep breath in. And release. One more time. Letting go. Beginning to feel your fingers and your toes again. Maybe giving them a little wiggle. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes, coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. So that feeling right there that we just experienced, that's clarity. Right? That's your truth. And I just want to touch on real quick what we're doing right now. This isn't the vow yet. This is the clearing. So that when you do choose, when we do step into the vow ceremony, it's real. So at the next new moon, we're stepping into a sacred vow. It's not just something you say, but something you become. And the vow ceremony, the new moon's vow ceremony, will be private for the inner alchemy circle only. Between now and the new moon, just notice where you're saying yes when your body means no. Notice where you've been shrinking yourself. Notice where you're abandoning yourself. You don't have to fix it yet. Just become aware. Okay. You're not behind, right? You're not doing this wrong. You're just being shown what's ready to shift. And you don't have to do it alone. If you're in the inner alchemy circle, I'll see you in the live stream, 1:30. And for now, just stay with yourself through this. You'll notice that's where everything changes. See you then. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting. Let me know what your experience was like. If you feel the desire and the strength to share what it was that came up, what you put on the scales, feel free to do so. Have a happy full moon in Libra, guys.